Hey guys, this is Impact Hall of Famer Gail Kim, and you are watching the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. A day late. Whoa, Mike, can you see us there?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
you
Got a
just
little
used-
buffering on your end.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good. You're good. I'm your host, JC. Joining me this week is Tommy,
Hello, I'm tired.
and we got Mike.
What's up, guys? It's Big Mike heading down the train tracks of 2023. Hopefully, you can see me. I don't know.
Yes, we can.
That was good.
That was good.
That was good.
Good.
I had
And-
something else, but then it started, and I saw all black screens, and I was a little confused.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yeah.
well, as you guys can see, I have a couple of special guests with me. First of all, we
thank
have
you.
my son, Joaquin. Say hi.
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 All right. And we are in the presence of a World Series champion softball
Woohoo!
winning person here, Ariela. For those of you guys who were watching the show last week, we weren't on because we were in Laredo. And I think there was a breaking news update that we had made the championship game.
Oh,
And
Mike's
there
gone.
goes Mike.
Bye bye.
There's children. I'll be.
Mike, you there?
I don't know what's going on tonight.
Too much waving around? I don't know.
I guess
My round
Anyway.
of applause overdid it.
As you guys heard, there's a breaking news segment that popped up. Mike, thank you for that. We made the championship game on Thursday. Friday morning, 11-2 win over the Lady Vixens. And Adi, along with her Southwest Lady Sharks teammates, went undefeated in bracket and are the 8U softball World Series champions. So
Actually, Ariela, there.
okay, stop. And she's putting her medal on now.
kayfabe, bro. Kayfabe.
Yes.
Medal.
So
I'm gonna do the ASL cheer, so nothing else goes wrong here.
yes. So Adi, how was it being in the World Series?
Good.
Good. What was your favorite part about it?
That we won.
Do you won? All right.
Hey, that's a good
That's a
answer.
good answer. I don't know what else. What else did you? How would you think about the opening ceremony? Seeing all those softball teams
Yeah, we traded pins.
trade pins. Yeah, let me see that. Stole my hat, but yeah, there's a lot of pin trading. If you guys have never been a part of it, a lot of the girls we had some pins. These are the ones that were made for her team. Lady Sharks has their numbers, Alamo, and a lot of the teams and all the players have their own pins. They get to trade them. Adi got she made out. She had a whole lot of them. So
That's awesome.
it was a lot of fun and quite the atmosphere. So
Dude, she's so humble. There would never be a time I wasn't wearing that thing. If I wanted, dude, I just walk around like, dude.
Wait,
Not wrong.
you can take it out.
Okay.
Yeah, so they got the medals and then they got the championship rings as well. There's a
Again,
lot nicer than the trophies we used to get as kids. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, if we had been playing for those when I was in middle school, I'd have tried harder. Like, or at all. I'd
Yeah.
have tried at all. Let me go ahead and rephrase.
I would have tried.
you know,
Period.
you can
I
show
would
your
have
medal. Go
Orange
ahead.
Cassidy'd my way through the entire middle school.
Because of the reflection. Hang on, there we go.
Shine
Pony
bright like a
World
diamond.
Series. Yep.
That's
So,
cool. Humble is my middle name. Okay, Doc. Come on, fam.
This must be so difficult for her right now.
Seriously.
it must be. Yeah. So, what else did you know about the World Series? Did you like the Heat? No.
No.
Yes. 118 Heat index.
What?
These girls played through it. Yes. And we had some games at 5 in the afternoon in Laredo. We did a lot of it. The city did a great job. They had tents set up. They had cooling stations. They had paramedics everywhere just in case players or parents or whatever, heat exhaustion, water, all that stuff was all set up. We were prepped. We had waters, Gatorades, pickles, cooling towels, shade. It was just, yeah. So it was,
Well,
the
that's
city
good.
did an amazing job. And even better, a lot of these tournaments, where the coaches of both teams have to actually pay the umpires before the game. The city put up the money and paid the umpires for the entire event, which was pretty
Oh,
good.
nice.
It saved
That's
all
really
the teams a
cool.
lot of money. Gave us a chance to celebrate with other things as well. Had a little
That's awesome.
a little championship party here at the house with a big ass jumping castle with the water slide. So it was a lot of fun. So yeah, so
Oh, hey.
Oh,
Yeah.
guess my invitation was left in the mail.
sorry, it was it was a lot.
Okay.
Yes. Anything else you want to say?
No.
No. Anybody have any questions for the champ? You're welcome to type them out there. Be nice. She can read now.
I can read.
Yeah, she can read.
Buddy,
Wow,
can you tell who's over my shoulder?
Oh.
Can you see who's over her shoulder right there?
Can you see who that is?
What?
Who is that?
Who's that?
I can't see.
You can't see. Look at closer. Look closer. It's only your favorite wrestler.
It's Bailey.
It's Bailey.
It
Yeah.
is.
So.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, Killer Face still her favorite. So.
Of course.
Is there any messages?
No, there's nothing new coming out. So I know we got Mission Pro coming up in a few weeks. That
We've
is
got
all.
hybrid tomorrow night.
We
We'll
got
talk
hybrid
about it in a
tomorrow night.
minute.
We'll talk about that. We'll recap Impact Slammiversary. Recap Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor, which should be wrapping up in about 30 minutes by the time we get to it fully done.
Actually, the main event's starting right now.
Okay.
Oh, who did Claudio retain?
Yes.
No, there we go. So,
Somebody said we deserve
Oh,
pizza.
snap.
Hey.
Sorry. Death Triangle showed up.
oh,
And
it's funny. It's funny you say, Jason. They deserve pizza because they got plenty of pizza, and this one got plenty of mod pizza because that's
That's
what
awesome.
we
But
can
look,
eat,
she,
so.
look, I can tell
Pizza.
I can tell by that happy face of pizza. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
That's funny. That's actually what I had for dinner tonight. I just legit got pizza tonight.
Wait, what?
Yeah. What?
Somebody said
I'm just reading about what happened. I'm confused.
I don't know, but I will
So-
say this: we're gonna make every attempt to get out there August 12th for Mission Pro Wrestling.
Ayo.
Okay.
Now that World Series is done, that run's been crazy.
Somebody said Ayo.
I know. I said, hey yo, Terry. Hold
What's
on.
up, Terry?
And
Terry, who held me
yeah,
down last week.
get a small little break, and then she's moving on to 10U softball. Gonna be playing volleyball this fall as well.
She's
so.
going from NXT, getting the main roster call up.
Yes. So
Mommy, Daddy, I get ice cream.
you've had plenty of ice cream. You had snow cones
Look
and
at the
ice
doc
cream
even
and all
stirring
this
stuff
stuff.
up in
That's what the
PG.
comments
I know, and you have
Even
plenty
in
of
a
that.
G-rated chat, she has started something.
You've had plenty of
This
that.
is ice cream for the champs.
Yes,
Oh, I
definitely.
love
Well,
that.
believe me, Doc, they got plenty of ice cream, snow
But
cones.
Adi, there's question marks, so
lemonades.
she's asking.
No, I did. I get
Yes,
anything.
he's asking because it's question mark. You did too, you liar.
No.
Yes, you did.
I get some ice cream.
Yo, this
Liar.
is if this is just
Stir it up,
I get
Doc.
sprinkles.
Yes, you had extra sprinkles. And a
if
whole
this
bunch of
is
stuff.
just the show tonight, I'm 1,000%
Look,
okay
I'm
with
just
it.
don't let her fool you. We took him to this really cool. There was a couple of snack places we took. One was called Sweet Loring in Laredo. It was a self-serve ice cream yogurt place, and trust me, she loaded it with sprinkles and.
Well,
bunch of
let's
stuff.
just throw it on the table. I don't think any of us have seen either of the shows we're about to recap or
I mean-
talk about in full. So
No, so
yes,
Fair
yeah.
enough.
Manny pays for. Well, Adi, is your nail still colored?
No.
She did get one before going, and she's. I don't know if you can see it, but she got a
Can't see it.
softball fingernail right
Alrighty.
there. Look at that. Yeah.
Softball and color blue.
Yeah, Jay. So, what did you think about being in Laredo for the World Series? You can hear it right there.
It was
It
awesome.
was awesome.
Like Audie did a very good job.
Okay.
Aw.
Did you like watching it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can type
Do you want to try and get to a World Series of baseball? Yeah. All right. Are you just being weird looking at yourself on camera right now? Yes, you are. Okay.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Well, at least you
No,
still-
I am not.
at least you still
Guys,
enjoy
don't
that.
listen to him.
Okay.
I try to avoid seeing myself on camera as much as possible.
Yes. Yeah, Doc, they did. There's a Seven Heaven nail salon right around the corner from our house. Did an amazing job with the nail art.
Yeah, it's always up for me.
Yeah, so it was.
How is
she got a
this
softball.
G-rated chat that we're having tonight somehow way more entertaining than our usual?
I have no idea. It just happens that way. So it's like going to a Pixar or Disney movie, right? So, yeah.
I mean,
I
I
saw
can
Barbie
never.
movie.
They're always great.
I was gonna say, Artie, how was Barbie? That's all I've been seeing on my timeline.
How was
today.
Barbie? They're asking.
He's so good.
Good.
Okay.
John Cena apparently makes a cameo, by the
Yeah,
way.
he does.
Yeah.
Yes, and I had no idea. And Tina came home and it's like, I know you're probably not going to see it until it comes on streaming, but Cena
We're
made a
being a
cameo.
spoiler to people that haven't seen it yet.
Oh, JC.
Spoiler alert: John Cena makes. We're a wrestling show. Gosh, stop it.
There's actually a funny story about how he wound up in it though.
Yeah, I saw the interview. It's pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Doc, yeah, definitely not that show.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yes.
Doc.
But yeah, my wife Tina and Adi went to go see the Barbie movie. Jay is hiding out here. Me and him are probably gonna go see the Ninja Turtles movie when that comes out.
I'm gonna go see the Ninja Turtles movie when that comes out.
That's gonna be good.
Yeah, Doc, that seems to be standard. Like everyone's doing that for the movie.
Yeah.
over here.
Yes. Just make sure you're on your toes for that. So.
Mommy!
No, Mommy's not gonna get on the show. Stop it.
Mommy's in the door.
She doesn't want to.
She's on
Hey,
the show.
we're not gonna do
Well, she might as well be. Whenever she picks something, she's right.
OG
Yeah.
WrestleCaster.
So now she's getting on right now. So.
Yeah.
All right. As you can tell, we're all tanned, by the way.
I
From
did notice
Laredo.
that. I wasn't gonna call attention to it.
Let me see. Right. Look at that. Look at that. Coaching in the softball field right there. That's what it does to you. 118 hit
I
innings.
didn't coach.
That
I
is
just was
most-
sitting in it.
JC, tell Tina I already know she's blacker than me, but she's not have to prove it skin wise.
Tommy says he already knows that you're blacker than him, but you don't have to prove it with your skin.
Damn! Wow.
Look at it. Somebody said hello, mommy.
Yeah, right.
Somebody said hello, mommy.
Look, and
Hello.
there's proof of this because this woman knows Coming to America a lot better than Tommy
Hello,
does.
Mom.
So
I-
going to yeah.
It's not
quote
your
him on
I
that.
didn't argue. I got to step up my game and watch it more often. Like that's hard to do.
All right.
This is the funniest episode we've ever had in this show.
Yeah, this is already one of the best we've ever done.
Oh my god.
No, you, because you're like hiding out in the background.
Hey, yo!
Guys watched
Hey,
it.
yo.
Hey, yo! He said, hey, yo!
Yeah, I know. You can read. Good job.
Hey, yo!
Wow, Doc.
Casper's blank. Wow, Jesus.
Hello, mommy.
So,
Wow.
Yo, Doc.
Love
don't read
Bam!
everything. Don't read everything, please. Don't read everything. Please don't read.
Bam!
All right.
Yeah, he can
Bam.
read too, by the way.
At least read the Wait, what?
Well, anyway,
Mommy.
congratulations to this one and all Mighty Sharks teammates.
Thanks,
It's been amazing. And then
Wait, what,
it's been it
Tommy?
was a lot of fun. So, esports is amazing. Coaching it has been fun, and looking forward to 10U and volleyball. You have volleyball this
And
fall,
then
right?
this one's playing basketball. And he
I
just
love
told us
you.
while we were at the World Series, Mommy, I want to play baseball.
Someone
again."
said I love you, Tommy.
Okay, stop
So-
it. Stop the yelling.
So
Doc,
we're
that's
gonna
it.
probably have softball and baseball again.
Yeah, coach
So I'm
pitch for
gonna
that
get
guy.
darker.
Yeah,
Again.
that's the way it goes, right?
Yeah.
So
Just the sports family, which is awesome.
yes. So
Ever.
all right,
All
you
right,
guys, it's time for you guys to go to bed. So yes,
You're
you
mean.
knew this already. Don't act
Oh,
all creepy.
well, there
Hey,
you
no,
go.
no.
There go the ratings and the views.
I
Yeah,
know.
well, all
Well,
right,
he's
guys.
got a basketball game in the morning, so he's got to
Yeah,
get
we
some
gotta-
rest.
you gotta go.
Oh, okay.
All right, get some rest.
Somebody's clapping.
Say goodnight.
I
Yeah, he's
love
applauding that you
I
won a
love you,
championship.
Tommy.
All right,
Yes.
all right. Say goodnight, guys.
Okay. I love
They're trying to read.
I
Yeah,
Thanks,
but
Doc. Appreciate it.
Doc, just so you know,
Mommy.
as the
Read
streamers, we see
blog.
everything.
I want to stay here with the
Not in the
comments.
regular.
No. You can read it later. Watch the show later.
I'll just say that
Pick that up,
almost every day she asks to have her.
Oh,
own
Doc,
TikTok.
don't
Yes.
don't threaten that.
Doc,
Jason.
absolutely not. Absolutely
You don't want her to
not.
babysit.
Oh,
Well,
fine.
be careful.
Oh,
They
no.
will take you
Where
up
does she
on that.
go, though?
We might. I don't know. It just depends.
She's
What are your
got a
credentials? So
She has none.
She's a friend of Tommy, so take with that what you will.
yes.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
mean, they've known Tommy since they were babies. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
They were
have.
itty bitty.
We
Are we gonna try that
have.
mission for on August 12th? You think?
You can try.
Try.
Chicken,
Yeah.
did they try to fly to babysit, or is
It's
she
been a
gonna
while since we've been to a wrestling show locally.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have you on your. Yeah, they do.
me on
Yeah.
my
So
toes?
Last time we went, I think Adi was like
The
1 or
kids-
2.
The kids.
I think
love
so.
me.
It's like a local show.
Right, guys, the kids do
Stop
love
yelling.
me.
That's when she got blessed by Champa. Was it
Oh
Champa?
no, he
or-
went when
I think it was
he
Champa.
was older and he told off that guy. What's his name?
Oh, Richie at the hybrid show.
Tommy's a kid.
Yeah.
This is because Tommy's a kid.
Yes, I know. I can read it.
He's a big kid.
Yes.
Terry, Tommy
love
just
it.
being called out in the chat.
I know. It's great. All right.
It's getting a
Y'all need to
roast
say
session.
goodnight. Y'all need to go to bed. Okay.
No.
Yes, it's bedtime.
Good night.
Say goodnight,
Wait,
Jay.
is Tommy really a kid?
No, he's not. Hashtag Tommy is a kid. Make that go trending. Okay.
I swear to God, you better not.
I can't hear you, but it's sounds funny.
She's laughing.
Oh, bring Sprinkles. Oh my
She said ice cream for them earlier. Okay.
Yeah, he is.
All right.
Peter Pan.
All right. Okay. Say goodnight, guys.
Yeah, he is.
All right. Good night.
Hang on.
You do. Hey, he's got a basketball game. Stop reading. First of all, I'm proud of y'all that you can.
Yeah.
Stop yelling.
God.
All right.
Ah.
Yes. All right. Good night.
Got
Good
a
night.
basketball game tomorrow.
Yes.
I love these kids.
I know. They're amazing, Doc. Trust me. All right. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed.
I'm gonna go to the door.
Huh?
I'm gonna
No, you're not gonna listen to the door. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go.
All right, guys.
Good
Well,
night.
remember you can find us on Twitter at
It's CCG.
I don't know how we're supposed to top that.
Yeah, we're not.
I think the show's done. I think
I
that's
guess.
it pretty much.
Anyway, that
Good
was the
night,
show. CCG_WrestleCast. Follow us at Countdown City
Gosh.
Geeks. He's JC. He's Mike.
Oh.
I'm Tommy. Our wrestling is real. People are fake.
People are fake.
All right.
Doesn't
Wow.
even matter anymore what we talk
You know,
about.
I wanted to bring Audie on just to celebrate that because you guys, Mike, thank you. Good night. Goodbye. Dork. Live stream, guys. Go to sleep.
I want to talk real quick.
No.
I want to say bye.
Okay, say bye real quick.
Bye.
All right. Good night. Go. Go. Dork. You got a basketball game tomorrow. Hurry up. Get some rest. Jesus. Anyway, just last week, thank you, Mike, for a little breaking news, keeping the update on it. And that was quite the game, by the way. That winner's final game on Thursday. Earlier in the day, we actually played our first game in the morning. We played a team from Kingsville, and we were up 5. Last inning, they had last bats. They tied it, went to extras. Oh, I'm sorry. We had last bats. They tied us in the last inning. We couldn't get anything going, so we were tied, went to extras. They got 1 run in extra innings, which extra innings in youth sports, put your last batter on second, no outs, and it's yeah. And we had our second baseman played a couple of amazing catches, and we only held him to a run. We got 2 and 1 by 1, and then from there, that seemed to just fire the girls up. That winner's final game, we played a team from Aledo, Texas, beat them 12-8. They were just some fast girls around the diamond, and our defense held it on down the stretch. The girls played amazing.
JC,
So
would you say that they finished the story?
definitely finished the story. Finish the fights. That was one of the hashtags too.
It's a
by the
good
way.
thing Triple H and Vince weren't booking that World Series there because
Yes.
Yeah,
They
they-
would-
you would have
lost
to wait
the
till
very
next year, apparently.
Jesus Christ, yeah. They would have been ready for 18U by the time they finished the 8U story, So, golly.
But we
So yeah,
acknowledge them. It's
I went
okay.
back and watched the show last week. So thank you, Mike, for popping it with that. It was an amazing week. It really was.
It sounds like it was.
And just for us, like, we have a lot of family in Laredo, most all from Tina's side. They hardly ever get to see her play, so they showed up in droves to watch Adi play and loved it. Loved every minute of it.
Also, had a conversation with the other cat caretaker via
Oh,
the schedule.
I saw. Yes.
Go read that.
Yeah. So last week, Mike and our friend Melissa took turns watching the cats. Mike did the morning, Melissa the afternoon. We have a little sheet on how the instructions are. We just kind of checkbox it.
And I'm a teacher. She's a teacher with Tina.
Yeah,
So-
and next thing I know, I come home and they're having a whole conversation, leaving notes for each other on the thing. It was pretty funny. So
There was some recruiting going on. So.
there was. And Mike, if you can, it'd be great. No, just kidding. Anyway, yeah. So thank you again, everybody. Terry, I see you on there. Thanks for being on the show. Sorry I couldn't be on last week, but coach's duty calls, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd say you were pretty busy with something
I was
important.
very
So yeah,
busy.
A little bit.
So
smidgen.
between all watching film and all that stuff,
And
too,
Terry
so-
doesn't mind talking a little bit, so he said a few things. So.
Yeah, it was really good, guys. A good job on the interview with Izzy Moreno. I haven't watched the entire thing yet because the work's been crazy, but
Yeah.
looks like it was a good time. Mike or Tommy, you wearing your friendship bracelet right now?
I have it right here.
Okay, just making sure.
Dude.
I need to get one of those, Izzy. So please, at the Mission
Dude.
Pro show, I would love to get one if you can.
I'm almost scared to go like legitimately anywhere without it. Like it's been like, dude, I worked at HEB today. I worked at HEB and I'm worried she's gonna just walk in. I'm just gonna be like, you've got to be kidding me, bro.
We talked about that in the interview, man. She she's gonna drop in on you, just be like, "What's up, Tommy?"
She's gonna
I
show up
wouldn't
at
doubt
Northwest
it.
Vista for no reason whatsoever. I'm gonna just look up, and be like, what the hell? How do you even know what this place is? You're from Florida.
She's gonna tweet that she's on a flight back home to Florida, and all of a sudden show up at your job the next day, and you're gonna be like, "What the hell?" So, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like tweet her, hey, yeah, it was good seeing you, Izzy. Can't wait to see you again. She walks in Monday. Hi, what the hell?
Also,
Yeah.
JC, this might interest you. Apparently, her and her family are Commander fans because
Well-
they seemed real excited by the sale that just went down. To
I
get rid
think
of,
every NFL fan is happy that Comrade Dan Snyder is out.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I call him Comrade Snyder because if you listen to the Sports Wonders podcast, which we do around football season, I've been calling him the Washington Communists for a whole freaking season.
Yeah.
So,
Doc,
yeah.
how do you? Wow, Mike is having
Oh,
issues.
Mike's having issues.
It's him and not me. That's scary.
Are you on dial-up, Mike? What's going on here?
sorry, I'm on my free hours from AOL. So I don't know how
that's
much
what
are
it
left
is.
on that disc.
Is that
so-
disc? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Doc, how do you hear Florida like it's your like a cat? Just what the hell?
yeah. So just I forgot my train of thought, but anyway,
Sorry.
yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I forgot what we
So-
were talking about. Oh, it's the friendship bracelet. We were talking about.
Yeah, friendship bracelet thing. Yeah, and just you know, we're gonna try and get to a few more shows out now. Girls are moving to 10U. I'll be assistant coaching that as well. So now there's the point where the kids pitch, not the coaches anymore. So,
Oh wow, that's cool.
yeah. So,
I know
anyway,
that, Doc. Oh, God.
yes, we're gonna recap Slammiversary, talk a bit, see how Mike, Tommy, and Terry did on their picks. Spoiler alert: nobody pulled the Tez.
No.
Yeah,
No.
It's Impact. Can we possibly? Has any one of us ever
it's
done that?
difficult. I don't know.
Because they have too many. Oh, also, it looks like Saboteur wants to make a cameo on the show.
He
Yeah, I
does.
just saw him back there.
Yeah, he's like, the kid's gone. Let me just jump in now.
He's like, nah, my
I'm gonna-
time. to
I might just call him my alarm clock because this fool wakes me up when it's time. I don't even need to set my phone. His stomach says it's time to wake up. He will do everything he can to wake
He's
me
like,
up.
you have to feed me now and go make money to feed me later. So get up.
Yeah. So anyway,
Can't keep this lifestyle by myself.
no.
I'm a kept cat. What am I looking at going to get a job now or something? Jeez.
So let's see. Upcoming wrestling events here. Hybrid has one tomorrow. I know you guys are going to be attending that. What was on the card for that one, guys?
So yeah, that's going to be tomorrow night. I think there's like 6 matches.
That announced so far, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's we got Devin Carter who just won the is it the Rising Star?
Rising Star, something like that. I think. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
kind of similar to like I think their under 30 title, which is why I think Don Juan didn't stay around for that Battle Royal last time to crown.
We all know he ain't under 30.
No.
Let's see what else they have. They have in the multiverse of wrestling, the face version of H2 Easy are facing the Exiled, who I'm not familiar with. Tommy, not sure.
I gotta.
I don't know if you're familiar. Yeah, there you go, Terry. It's 6 matches. So they're okay. The Flocking Brawlers, at least in Hybrid and in RCW, have gone face. They're pretty
Right.
much good guys now. So they're in a 6-man with David Kidd.
Yeah.
And if you check their socials, David Kidd doesn't quite trust them yet because in the past, they've been very mean to David Kidd. So
Repeat
there's a little vignette of them outside Hybrid trying to talk to David, and David doesn't trust them. But they've got a 6-man against the Texas Treats. I know that going on. They have Gia Michelle versus Zakai Living is a match going on. I think that's already about 4 of them. I think it's Jesse James versus the new kid who just
Jay Young.
Jay Young.
And then there's Eric
Troy-
Walker and Troy.
Troy Markham, yeah.
There you go. I can't even remember his last name for some reason. I don't know why. That's my bad.
Yeah.
Not his fault. I just.
So a solid little show. There you go. Yeah, Troy Markham versus
Yeah.
Eric Walker. And then also don't forget, guys, they're doing a school supply drive.
Yes.
Anyone who brings stuff is automatically thrown into a raffle to win a Sin Cara replica mask. And then we at the WrestleCast have thrown in 2 front row tickets to the August hybrid show for whoever wins that as well. So yeah, bring school supplies. There's a list on their socials. I mean, I think in general, you'll know pencils, markers, colored pencils, things like that. But I think they have a list on most of their socials for specific things they were looking for. So bring some item, help out kids. We talked a little bit last week about the importance of that, and I know Tina knows what it's like for students that just don't always.
Yeah,
have the things they need.
we got back to the hotel, and I just flipped through the show, and you mentioned that, and definitely. I mean, I put it around like almost the first thing we did. We were grocery shopping. We got back. Hey, school supply list are finally out for the kids. Let's go. And they're yeah, my wife lives in or teaches in an area where not a lot of kids can even afford just a simple pencil or a sheet of paper, So
That sucks.
anything you can provide, it goes a long way, more than you guys realize. A prime example, like the district my wife teaches in, that my kids attend, they had to make some budget cuts. They closed the school they were attending, so they had to move to another elementary school. So, and it's such a big deal for them because these school supply packs go a long way.
Yeah.
They get that as part of their after school care, and it's pretty amazing stuff. So thank you everyone for donating in advance. It does go a long way. These kids do need it. So yeah,
For sure.
teachers as well.
And of course, as you see on the messages there, Hollywood TD will be on the mic doing the
Yes.
announcing. This is not luck of the draw, so hopefully he won't potentially be called into any match. But you never know; it's hybrid.
I don't know if I should ever attend another Luck of the Draw show. I actually did have heart palpitations more than once during
There
those
was
drawings, but-
more than a few people hoping you would be picked.
Yeah, which was also not okay. It's like, I don't wrestle. I'm a fan.
Okay, Tommy, have you not been involved at least once in some sort of physical
Yes,
altercation?
and we never let down how terrible my dive was. I understand that, but
If you want to call it a dive, Brandon, if you're watching, do you have the video? Because that would be amazing. But yeah.
Also,
kidding.
have you not
I
gotten
got
beat
caked
down in a
once.
promo online or like on an interview?
first of all, that was twice.
Yeah.
Secondly, that wasn't in the ring though. That was after the show was over, which certainly makes it a fight. I mean, not a fight. It was a beatdown.
So you're involved in a backstage altercation, is what I hear.
There you go. It was like the damn it, Terry. Why am I getting roasted tonight? What did I do?
Like that was amazing stuff. It was quite a bit of surprise, but it was like one of those, oh my God, Tommy's going for it, and then it just didn't get the up. But thankfully, he had a couple of Texas treats there to help him try and get over the hump there, and
Yeah.
it saved you. So, because it could have been bad. Could have been bad. So,
It could have been.
yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, let's get into Impact Slammiversary.
Yes,
And-
please, for the love of God. You need to stop talking about me.
Didn't get to see this show, but there were, I would say quite a bit of surprises here that happened with the results.
Yeah.
Let's talk just kind of go through it. At least some of the surprises that hit me. First of all, we have new Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champions.
Yes.
Killer
I mean,
Kelly
yeah.
and Masha Slamovich
Yeah.
defeating the Coven. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which I might have missed the results on that, but anyway.
No, I sorry. I've become an increasingly bigger Killer Kelly fan in the last couple months, and it's just like, yes, anytime she has gold, I'm okay with.
Kushida won the Ultimate X match.
Did any of us pick him, Mike?
No, and I'm
Okay, I was
surprised, Tommy, that you didn't. I thought really for sure you were going to go for
I
him.
thought about it, but I just didn't think that they give him the nod. I really
Same.
didn't. I was
Same.
like, they're increasing their relationship with New Japan, but I didn't think they'd go that route. I really wanted to, but I had my money on Bailey. I really did.
And he's going to be challenging Leo Rush, who defeated Chris Sabin later on in the night to win the X Division title. Which, had I been on the show, and I'm not bullshitting you, I was going to pick Leo Rush. Something told me I was going to pick this dude. Like, I know he's been bouncing around in promotions, but for whatever reason, this feels like home to him. And I didn't think they were going to push the whole, is Sabin going to challenge Alex Shelley? I think at this point in their careers, why would you have the Motor City Machine Guns feud, right? So I thought Leo Rush would be in a good spot, but I'm actually excited to see Leo Rush and Kushida down the road. I don't know when exactly that match is going to take place. They haven't
Yeah, I
announced
don't
it
either,
yet,
but no, I'm down.
yeah. Let's see here. Team Canada defeats Bully Ray and Diener. We have new Impact World Tag Team Champions, Subculture.
And I was this close to actually going that route, but I stuck with Bullet Club.
I think that was
I
one
remember
of
that.
the
Yeah, I listened to that on the show. I was like, oh, Tommy should have stuck with his gut. Eddie Edwards defeated Frankie Kazarian. And then the championship, the main championship, the main titles, you guys swept those. Trinity defeating Deonna Purrazzo.
Yes.
And then Alex Shelley defeated Nick Aldis, but was confronted by the returning Josh Alexander after the match.
And I want to say, for anyone who thinks that match isn't gonna slap when it happens, you couldn't be more wrong.
Yeah.
Freaking Alex Shelley and Josh Alexander, dude, that's gonna be Mike. I saw. He's got to
Do I
fix
need-
that. JC, I don't know if you saw the chat. Terry got jokes.
Oh God. Mike, you all right?
Yeah, he's fixing the picture.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The picture fell. A bit.
Lita was trying her moonsault.
Oh, I see. All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
I saved it.
I did. He's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's right.
But also,
really didn't.
we didn't mention the most incredible upset of all of these.
Which
Kenny
is what?
King defeated Joe Hendry for the
Yeah.
digital media.
Yeah, on the pre-show, which I don't think you guys picked that one, right? You just kind of.
I don't think we did really.
No.
I don't know
pick
we
it.
did, but I know I said that I was pretty much Purrazzoing with Hendry. So I don't know if it was an official pick, but I was going to pick him until he lost it. Well, he lost it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, 3 black champions in Impact. I don't care, so I'm good.
You know,
Sorry.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
The kids are gone now, right?
Yeah, the kids are gone.
The kids are
Impact
gone,
knows
yes.
what month it is, right?
But it's black music history. It's black music history. month, so
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
they're like, haha, we could get him in July.
They're like, girl, you know it, girl, you know it, girl, you know it.
Every little step I take, you will be there. Every little move I make.
Here's my question coming out of these
Sorry.
results, though. Trinity,
Yeah,
who should her first challenger be?
that's a good question.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean,
you know what?
aside from assuming Deonna Purrazzo gets the immediate rematch, but aside from that,
I-
who else on that roster can make a good match here?
I'm going to say Taylor Wilde because she's crazy enough right now. I'll also throw in, because I refuse not to, Rosemary / Courtney Rush and Jessica / Havoc, because for all the obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed.
Alternate dimension ex-wife.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm so proud of her and all she's done.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean.
What's up, Sean?
Hey, Sean, what's up? You missed all the hijinks with my kids earlier.
Please go back and watch it. It's easily the best way we've ever started this show, and I legitimately mean that.
Yeah. Now, just kind of looking ahead, the next Impact show right now is Multiverse United 2. I don't believe they have any Impact Plus shows on the horizon. Not in the immediate future, I think.
Not that I. No, nothing in between that. No, not that I see.
Yeah. So, but that so far they have announced Leo Rush and Trey Miguel against Hiromu Takahashi and Mike Bailey in a tag match, and then they've only announced that Hiroshi Tanahashi is going to be in a singles match, but they have not said against who. So, curious to know if they're going to have some sort of like champion versus champion match, something like that too, or how they'll set that up as well. So, Terry, yeah, Mickey James, why not? For Mickey James versus
You know,
so.
I know she's close to retiring and all, and I'm not saying that she shouldn't, because that's she's done her time. But I would love it if we could get Mickey James against this version of Naomi, Trinity, whichever name you want to go by, but Trinity, because this is kind of like what I wish could happen with Moxley, Rollins, and Reigns right now. I wish we could get this version of the Shield facing each other. Like when they're at their actual GOAT status, and not just when they're being forced to be there, but when they got there with their actual natural talent and in-ring work and personalities. I feel like all three of them are like just being themselves and they're having the time of their lives. And I feel like Mickey James and Trinity would do that. Even if it's like Mickey's last match. I think Trinity would really have a fun match with her.
Mike, you good there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just checking the updates. I was listening.
Checking results on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just seeing where things are.
I just saw a few too.
yeah. So how did the pick results go? Well, Mike, Tommy, and Terry all went 2-3 Although I might have missed one. So
No, I think that's
it
about
worked
right.
out. Yeah, and
You got
I think the only matches.
matches.
Yeah, that was it actually.
Yeah.
So everything else hard to pick. So, but that Mike, keep with the dice on those multi-man. Eventually, it's gonna
Oh
hit.
no, wait. Did I pick the Coven or Killer Kelly and Masha?
It wasn't on my notes from Tommy. I'll have to go back and watch.
Okay,
I'll
I
let
thought
I
I
don't.
did.
I don't remember if we. I couldn't remember if we actually picked that one. I gotta go back and
Fair
watch.
enough, but it's either
Yeah.
2 and 3 or 3 and 3, so it's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
500 or below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Impact's tough, hard to predict, and I think that's kind of the beauty of how good those shows are too. It's just you just really do never know what's going to happen, and even when Alex Shelley and Josh Alexander face off, I don't know what route they're going to go with this one.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh my God, do y'all want a little spoiler
on Death Before Dishonor.
on the final, or are we gonna just want to start talking about it?
Well, let's just go in and start talking about it too.
Yeah, because
okay.
we can't rate Slammiversary yet because we all didn't see it yet. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor just wrapped up.
Yep.
This was a show we were planning to preview last night. Unfortunately, Mike was feeling a little under the weather, and I wanted to make sure we were on to talk about this one because Claudio's the champ, right? You got to if we're talking about a show that Claudio's on, we got to have Mike on, So
Yeah,
That,
that's true. You're not wrong.
That
Yeah,
is in the
so-
standard contract for the WrestleCast.
That's
I mean, when he became, and of course, B Ninja's here, not to the main event suffer.
yes.
Oh, weird!
Now
surprised.
it's over. Hey,
the
Peter.
match just finished, and Brandon's here.
Yes. Welcome, Peter.
Jason says Athena and Willow was awesome and that they killed it. So
Yeah, I expect nothing less from that too. So you guys are just coming from watching Death Before Dishonor. Let's kind of go through the results real quickly. First of all, the pre-show, Josh Woods defeated Tracy Williams.
Josh Woods, who was interviewed by Tommy a couple weeks ago, and you can still see on the Countdown City Geeks
Countdown
YouTube
City
channel.
Geeks. There you go. Action Andrade and Darius Martin defeated the Workhorsemen. Legit Layla Hirsch defeated Trish Adora.
I'm so glad she's getting a push right now, and I'm happy Trish Adora is just on TV. Period.
Well, I'm curious to know your thoughts on this one. AR Fox defeated Shane Taylor.
I am torn.
So I think part of that may be because on Wednesday, AR Fox is challenging Orange for the All Atlantic title. That was set up last week.
Okay.
Because they had the best friends, Darby and Nick Wayne, and Darby's like, "No, I'm not going to challenge you, Orange." He's like, "But what about you put up the belt against my friend AR Fox or something like that?"
Mm-hmm.
And Orange is like, "Yeah, all right, whatever." So I feel like that's the only reason. A little disappointed that Shane Taylor didn't get into that into the title match against Joe, but
Yeah.
Joe did put out on social media, we're going to face each other one day, pretty much, or something to that effect.
And whenever
I would
that
argue he gets the next shot. I mean, I know he
Yeah.
just lost to AR Fox, but it's something people want to see. Like
Yeah.
it's yeah.
whenever it happens, 6 to midnight.
Yeah.
Yep. Not ashamed of it. Not
Yeah.
ashamed to say it.
Let's see. Main show: Gravity defeated Commander. Samoa Joe defeated Dalton Castle.
Yeah.
This, of course, Castle had won the Eliminator tournament.
Yeah.
I know we said it before, but I gotta keep saying it. Dalton Castle may be one of the most fun characters in all of pro wrestling, still to this day.
Hands down.
Dude, his commitment to it makes him so great. And I know he's been world champion before, held other belts before, and he'll probably will again. But just the fact that he's still going with this makes me so happy. I'm happy that Tony Khan brought back so many guys that were legit should still be in ROH. So.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. There was a 4-way for the tag titles, and Aussie Open walks away with the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships.
New ROH champs, yeah.
Yep, new ROH champs. The Mogul Embassy retained the 6-man tag team championships. Katsuyori Shibata defeated Daniel Garcia.
Yes.
To retain the pure
We see you,
championship.
Big Ninja.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, be Ninja. Yeah, I actually
Second A
did,
beta. So did your code actually fucking work? Because I've seen on social media people are having issues with that.
and I actually didn't know Lima and Tanya that they were in MK1. That's pretty cool. MK1's gonna be crazy, dude.
You know who else was just announced for MK1?
Who?
Peacemaker as the first DLC.
Are you kidding?
No, he's part of the first DLC along with Homelander, right? And
All right.
That's the greatest thing I've ever heard, and I
So-
cannot wait.
I know that like MK1, and they're basically like rebooting the storyline and all of that from like
Yeah.
the
another
original stuff.
timeline, but that's
or
another
whatever,
yeah,
but-
yeah. So
But there's a video on YouTube, and I know people know there's a bunch of these, but someone started from like MK9 and basically like showed all the story cutscenes for 9, 10, and 11, and it's like an 11-hour video. And I
Yeah.
watched about 2.5 hours of it so far.
It's probably like either a Shikaro or Game Fighting Database. So there's like 2 channels. That
I don't know.
follow
It's
that
interesting
do that.
because I hadn't seen all the story portions of it, but yeah, I just thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I didn't really get too much into 10 or 11, but 9 was an amazing game and the story was awesome. The story
9 was
mode,
a fantastic return to form after the crap storm that was the last 2.
it
or
really
3.
was, and honestly, like if you haven't played, I mean, if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, you know what, I mean, if you want to play the new ones, if you play 9, like they do such a good job of explaining how they reset. Just the single player story mode is so
Yeah.
amazing because you end up going through all the characters with it too,
Yeah.
and it's really, really well done for sure. Being into the beta is working for you. Lucky. I don't even have PS5, so I can't even try. But so just let me know how Julia plays because that's all I really care about. Oh,
Fair enough.
yeah. Let's see. Pac vs. Gravity on Dynamite. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they announced that I think
I-
earlier today.
Yeah.
A little disappointed because I was really hoping Pac would become a new member of Blackpool Combat Club. He seems perfect, but also Death Triangle reunited, so I guess I can't be
Yes.
mad at that either.
Yeah, that because that also could mean we get a Death Triangle and Blackpool Combat Club feud and take my money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sean,
9
we'll
was
mention who's
recent,
coming
yeah.
to Big Texas after we're done with
For sure.
with Death Before Dishonor.
Oh yeah, 9 was a reset timeline. Yes, it was. This one, the way they've explained it, this is basically another timeline.
Reset.
It's
Yeah.
not even. I don't even want to call it a reset, but it's like a. They're pulling the Zelda thing. There's multiple timelines, right? So
Right.
we'll see how this one goes. Yeah, how they explain this one. Back to Ring of Honor. Dark Order defeats the Righteous in a fight without honor.
Yeah.
And from
And
all
then
the clips I've saw, that got really crazy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard it was insane and that the crowd loved it. That
Yeah.
and I actually heard the pure title match was really, really good too.
Between those, I'm seeing social media. Those stole the show. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Claudio Castagnoli defeats Pac to retain the ROH World Championship.
And what I heard about this match was it lived up to the expectations of everyone when we heard Pac and Claudio facing each other. Apparently, it lived up and exceeded some expectations of how good it was.
Amongst other things, I just saw a clip that Claudio military pressed
Yeah.
Pac onto a table like outside, like from the ring, tossed him over the top through a table.
I'm actually
You know
seeing it
that-
right now. Bleacher Report just put it up. Let me
Yeah.
see.
You know what that reminds me of?
Oh,
There
what's
is a
that?
match from ECW of Mike Awesome
Oh,
powerbombing Masato Tanaka, and it's like I remember thinking, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen in pro wrestling. And then of course, then I see Claudio bench press military press a man over his head and toss him into a table. It's like, okay, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. So I do want to say something. Oh, we'll go. Let's go to the final match, and I'll kind of throw this.
Yeah,
out.
final match. The main event. One reason B Ninja is now in this show because it's over. Athena retained over Willow Nightingale by submission, and from the reviews we've seen in the chat here, they killed it. This main eventing a big ROH pay per view is pretty awesome for Athena and Willow Nightingale. So congrats to them.
Another little a spoiler, but a clip that's out there. Willow kicked out of an O face. So
No
Really?
way.
yeah.
Oh,
That is not something that happens very often. Claudio had some injury to the right arm, and he was still putting people over his head. That sounds like Claudio.
Yeah, it sounds like it, right? So,
Yeah.
another one here. On Rampage, Darby Allin wins the Royal Rampage and will face the TNT champion at All Out on September 3rd.
Yeah, I just saw that.
And that, by the way, Minoru Suzuki showed up as part of that Royal Rampage, Tommy, on AEW tonight. So
that man is really just seizing his, I don't really care anymore. I'm just going to do random stuff now. As evidenced by his appearance on Hey EW, which was easily the funniest thing I've ever seen about wrestling.
No.
That wasn't about wrestling.
It was a great video,
Yes,
but when
Ninja.
you
It was
found
awesome.
the video of the person who translated it and did the
That made
subtitles
it
for it,
a million times better.
yeah,
what are you doing? Are you mocking me? Are you mocking?
Shut up and stand up. I told you to shut up. Tony Shalhoub. Tony Shalhoub. Tony Shalhoub.
That was such a perfect ending. They set that up so well.
There are so many wrestlers that they were in sitcoms. I'd watch them. Minoru Suzuki is 1,000%
Oh my god,
another
that would
one.
be great.
Yeah. Now, of course, Death Before Dishonor just ended. If you want to go back and watch it, you can. If you're an Honor Club member, it is free. You can go back and watch that. Bleacher Report, Fight TV internationally, it's only $40 to go back and watch that as well, and pay the $40. It's good for life. So yeah.
And I just want to say this real quick because I know a lot of people complain with ROH, like if you don't get the watch ROH and watch it weekly, they kind of feel like they just kind of come up on you, not a lot of build. And there were some injuries, so they had to change some things. But at the same time, I love this feel of almost like a super indie because if you're going to have a pop-up show, in essence, if you're going to tell me that I'm getting Claudio and Pac and Athena and Willow and Daniel Garcia and Shibata and the four-way for the tag team titles, like if you don't give me a lot of build, but you give me the matches you give me, I'm really okay with that because they had some really great matches. Like, you know, in the tag match, you had Best Friends, you had Aussie Open,
Lucha Bros.
Lucha Bros, yeah. And like Aussie Open just got signed to AEW. They were like New Japan's biggest or well-kept secret that American fans weren't as aware of, and they came over a few times. Right. But Ospreay was always like the big thing. But like, give them time. Like, you know, let the American fans start to see what they can do, and you know, I think they'll be right up there. You know, with the Bucks and the Lucha Bros, they are already, but like people getting to know them. So
and I think one thing that helped Aussie Open was that I think it was like a 6-man tag. It was like Will Ospreay and Aussie Open versus the Elite. It wasn't like so. I think that helped. But yeah, I mean, the thing with ROH shows, like to me, it's like I remember. Of course, you know, you watched it month by month, and like the build was on the internet, like the was promos and like backstage assaults and everything, and I get it, and I kind of get the argument of like, okay, I don't know, it's because I don't watch the show weekly, but at the same time, that's kind of on you then, you know, so because you can watch it weekly if you want to, it's out there,
it is there,
and it's available. So I mean, and honestly, it's the internet, guys. You can know who all these people are. Like you said, Ring of Honor has now kind of become a bit of a super indie, but but that's not the worst thing considering. I mean, I get some people's complaints about it could be bigger, but my response is, well, hell, Sinclair had it and didn't do a damn thing with it for the last 2 years. At least Tony Khan is trying.
Well,
I will take.
But he's
trying.
invested more money in it so far than Sinclair has.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's true. Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
And the fun of it being the super indie is because Tony Khan can just be like, oh, hey, AEW guys, go to the ROH show and like, you know, have a match or whatever. Because like, Best Friends showed up, like we said. You know, Lucha Bros were there. I mean, I know Claudio's a champion, but like Wheeler Yuta showed up apparently to help him, and then apparently Death Triangle reunited and the Best Friends. So that's what kind of weirded me out, or like I was confused about when I read that because like, it seems like Pac kind of turned heel. I don't know if him turning on Blackpool Combat was supposed to be a face thing. But, and we talked about this too, at least in our chat. After Blood and Guts, off the air, what was left of, well, I guess actually just Blackpool Combat Club and the Elite shook hands. Kenny had a little speech apparently, you know, said we can keep fighting this battle or we can, you know, shake hands and go our separate ways. And so look, Blackpool Combat Club and Death Triangle, yes, please. I'm right onto that one as well. But apparently Best Friends came out and helped Death Triangle beat up Claudio and Yuta, which was kind of weird. That's the only thing I thought was kind of strange on this show, apparently. But we'll see what happens.
Well, I would say, well, maybe it's, you know, Chuck and Trent getting kind of sick of everything and just like, yeah, you know what, screw it, let's just beat up everybody, you know. So come from a super group.
Yeah.
The PWGs, the Pro Wrestling.
But how many groups is Orange and the Best Friends in? Aren't they in Chaos also?
Well, you know, I mean, he's champion though.
I mean, granted,
some
Orange
people
doesn't
want to
really
be
say
the
no to anything.
Look,
Yeah.
the longer his title reign goes on, it's going to hit 1,000 days too. More groups are going to want to be a part of it. You see.
He's already had like 1,000 defenses. I think he defended it like while we were talking and the kids were there.
Yeah.
So
He's
now,
not the belt collector. He's a stable collector, right? He's
now I
trying to
just
as many
need
stables
like
as possible.
a thing on one of the shows where they're like, Orange, you're in 7 different stables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, well, which one's your favorite? That one. Which one?
The one I'm
You
in.
know, the one I'm in. You're in 7. Okay. So which is your favorite? That one. Which one? The one I'm in. It's like you're the most infuriating person to talk to. Cool. Like I said, I still want to be there at when him and MJF are 50 years old, looking exactly like they do now, just with maybe possibly more gray hair, possibly.
Yeah.
And then wrestling just fine because they do nothing as part of their game.
Oh my God, we didn't even talk about. You just said MJF. What it may have been the best match start in Dynamite history.
Yeah.
When they have the dance off with him and Adam Cole versus Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara.
Also,
I want to get into that after we wrap this up.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
with
the
Death for
pure
Dishonor.
insanity of the internet with that. Go ahead. Sorry,
Yeah.
JC. Yeah.
With everything else happening after Death for Dishonor, was there anything else like maybe some surprise appearances we didn't discuss?
Nothing I didn't see. Nothing I saw.
Because I'm seeing a tweet with Monty Brown.
No,
Oh!
it's because Willow does the pounds.
Willow does the pounce. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, or
Yeah, if I
Marcus
had seen- if I-
remember his WWE name?
Yeah,
How dumb
Marcus
that was?
Corvon.
Yeah.
If I had looked at my phone and Monty Brown showed up, the show might have been over. I'd have been like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'll call y'all. I'll see y'all later." I just just would have immediately started watching.
And the good thing is Willow can hit it with that same send him through the ropes intensity
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
power. So
Nice.
yeah. As
Darby's
opposed to
so
Orange and MGF, you're right. Darby is
Yeah.
the complete opposite of that.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
Darby will still be wrestling. He'll just be like Sabu towards when he's 50.
Yeah.
So
how could I Jeff
he'll just-
Hardy myself today?
Yeah. Terry also defended the title more than Roman Reigns his entire. He's
You're not wrong.
wrong.
That is a complete. No, I think literally, I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
Because he has 20 something at this point already.
Actually, you know what? That's a good question. Let me see.
Of course, yes.
Yes. Yeah. So
Damn it, B Ninja, we get it.
anyway, great show from what I've seen online. I plan to go back and watch it. By all means, this looks like just from the reviews, from
There's a
everything.
lot of wrestling on tonight.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yep.
And I actually do need to show y'all one thing that just has popped up on my Twitter feed, and it is worth sharing because this is just
Oh,
freaking
Jesus.
glorious.
Oh my God! And I'm completely serious when I say this. If that was in stores, I'd buy it.
Same.
I don't care. I do not care. I'd buy that.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Same.
So-
I'm right there with you.
I
Yeah.
don't even. That's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Shout out the AAW on TV Twitter account for that one. The caption, he's just kid
Look,
or whatever.
Tony Khan's got money. Don't give him ideas. He spent the money to get
Yeah.
Final Countdown. There is
Yeah.
no reason. I totally see him making a call tonight to what is it? Are they
To
still Mattel?
Mattel?
Okay,
Mattel, yeah.
Listen,
Oh,
you're
good stuff.
big. We got a guy. We can get this out real quick.
Yeah.
Let's work this out real quick. Yeah. Now, how about special edition? How about you guys make about 1,000, and when those sell out, we'll make 1,000 more. It's like, what do you mean when they sell out? When they sell out.
Look, I
Well,
swear,
okay.
if by all out that's the announcement, especially at the event, special orange cash.
Shoot, those are gonna go nuts.
Yeah, seriously. So real quick before we go on, he's defended counting when it was the All Atlantic belt, he's defended it 26 times.
All right.
26 times. Jeez Louise.
And that's been in 5 months, 4 months.
Yeah, 283 days.
Now, earlier in the show, Sean had asked this question. Did you see who's coming to Big Tex Comic Con? And by the way, thank you for the welcome home too, Sean. Yeah, it is good to be home, believe me. Yes, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
DMD.
Coming to Big Texas Comic Con. I don't have the dates in front of me, so I can't remember.
October 5th to the 7th.
Something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah. I just know San Diego's going on right now. There's a lot of crazy announcements going on right now.
The trailers.
The trailers, but the biggest thing that's exciting me is that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series that we all watched as a kid is going to be on Paramount Plus, and I cannot wait to just sit down and binge.
Yeah, and I saw someone from AEW, the new guy, Will Washington, try to tweet out a hot take that maybe that's like the worst version of the Turtles, and I don't know if he's young. I saw something like that, and I was like, something about it's
Had
only
it not been
nostalgia
for that
for-
series, nobody would know who the Turtles are.
I said, I don't
want
want to throw hands with somebody I don't know, but I'll throw hands with somebody I don't know. If they just want to
100%.
do that today.
Yeah.
yeah,
there's the
that
prices.
sounds about right. Yeah,
That's pretty
Yeah.
standard. Yeah.
It's actually gonna be 6th to the 8th, I think, is Big Texas, because that's that Friday to the Saturday.
He's talking about the autograph prices.
Oh no, I'm at the dates. I'm sorry. My
Okay.
bad.
yeah.
Yep. And then of course you guys mentioned it. Yeah. The Better Than You Bebe tag team has been glorious.
I hate how much I love it.
Yes.
I hate how much I love it.
It's almost too good to be true, so I wouldn't. describe
Exactly,
the
and I'm
breakup,
gonna
No,
be
of course
so
it is. It is.
disappointed.
So I think the real question is, does MJF just turn on Adam? Does Adam turn
Yeah,
on
I'll go ahead.
MJF? Or does MJF try to turn on Adam, but Adam sees it coming? I think the question is how
I want it to be literally they hit each other at the exact same time when they turn on each other. Like they literally go for it in the exact same moment and just smack each other and knock each other out.
and then
and
Tony
then they look
Schiavone
at-
walks in the ring and be like, "Ah, ah."
Wait, Tony Schiavone brings Aubrey down and he pins MJF and wins the world title.
I think we just booked it.
Look, I don't care. I'm down for that because Tony Schiavone's feud with MJF and Adam Cole might be the hottest thing going in pro wrestling today.
Yeah.
It's the longest running feud in pro wrestling so far right now.
And look, in that part of the match, Daniel Garcia and Sammy, they had a really impressive dance, and then MJF had a really impressive dance. But Adam Cole, oh my God, that just threw it over the top with his
You know-
can't dance,
Yeah, can't
and
dance.
just doing the thrust trip, the hip thrusts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The glorious thing about AEW and people like this, like they don't do those spots very often, but when they do,
Thank you.
it's amazing. And
Thank
that's
you.
WWE, I mean, you want WWE versus AEW, they do these things here, but they're so entertaining when they do it, and they're just every once in a while just to keep the fans entertained for
And-
those parts, and it's hilarious.
yeah. And if there's anyone on there talking about this is ridiculous, WWE doesn't do stuff like this. We have been watching for a long time, and there are tons of receipts.
Yes.
Yes.
Stupid, ridiculous segments that WWF has done. Look, here comes one right now. The
Yeah,
dance off
yeah.
between Santino and Kozlov.
I'm not gonna lie, that was funny. I did laugh at that. But my thing is, there was a comment who said to people who are not saying that WWE doesn't do that, but like they said when WWE does stuff, people crucify them for. When AEW does it, it's fine. And someone else pointed out, actually no, AEW fans, people have been giving what Cole and MJF did crap too. But my thing is, the difference is like you just said it, JC. AEW doesn't do it often, but when they do, it's hilarious. Kind of like the MJF and Chris Jericho like Broadway thing,
Yeah.
which was so ridiculous that I couldn't help but love it.
And you got to remember so much, and this is from people who have basically said it in interviews and stuff. So much of the over-the-top ridiculous segments WWE used to do were literally to make one man laugh
Yeah.
that a lot of other people didn't necessarily find fun. Now, like the Kozlov Santino stuff, some of those were different, but like, how many segments do we hear about that was like, yeah, that was just to make Vince McMahon laugh, and like,
Yeah.
not everyone else was laughing. So
Tony
Tony Khan doesn't seem to book it just to pop himself. He seems to do it because
No.
he thinks that people can really make it funny. So.
And like we said, it's not all the time. And really, what's been going on with MJF and Adam Cole, it just fits this current story.
Yeah.
It didn't, and that's another thing. It didn't happen on a random Dynamite where just like all of a sudden there's like they had a dance off. No, they've been tagging and trying to get along, and so this fit that story that they're doing,
Yeah.
and also Daniel Garcia's been doing that stupid dance thing the past couple of months anyway.
He got that as over as Jake Hager got the purple hat. So
yeah, so it's like no, it's fine because it doesn't happen all the time. It's just like when Minoru Suzuki does something silly in some match or some other promotion. Literally anytime he wrestles Toru Yano. But it's like yeah, it's funny because you know what? That's funny. It's a joke. We get it. Suzuki has a sense of humor. Also, by the way, he can and will still murder you if he feels like it. Adam Cole did a dumb dance. That's funny. By the way, still one of the best pro wrestlers going right now. That didn't change, so easily.
They got over a double clothesline.
I was about to say
They did.
that was lost in all this, the greatest tag team finisher of all time. The double clothesline. I don't give a damn about the 3D or all this other shit because nothing has ever been set up as great as that double clothesline. Like the fans were just waiting for it.
JC said, forget your doomsday device.
Yes, forget your doomsday device. Forget the 3D. Forget the magic killer.
Forget the driver. Forget more bang for your buck. Forget the poetry of motion. No, the double clothesline is going
driver.
down.
You're not wrong.
Double clothesline. Yes,
because he started it on social media. Right then, in the interviews, he'd be like, "Oh, okay, let's make can we hit the double clothesline?" And then in the match, 2 or 3 false attempts.
Yes. But Adam Cole's the one calling for it at the end.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
the best part.
I mean, it was masterful.
It really was.
As enjoyment.
It's like I said, I hate how much I love this. I can't stand it. I can't stand it that I'm having this much fun with this stuff. I hate it.
Yeah, it really
because
is.
it's so good.
I know at some point this tag team is going to end, but can you please give us a good run with it? Because just the promos in it, like I still in my head think I don't have the vision in my head of a car pulling up, MJF's head popping up. What's up, dude? Like it's just it's something you don't expect to see. So yeah. So I think it's hilarious. It's so well done.
He's got that over in the story with Darby. He's got that over for a year.
Yeah.
About takeover.
And I couldn't believe like how pivotal that became in that story too. That was like,
and then he even brought it back in the 4 Pillars match.
Yeah, he did.
Right?
Yeah. Amazing stuff, and I'm literally looking forward to seeing what comes out of this as well. So, all right. With that, any other news to discuss? I think we've kind of covered everything.
Either I can do it in my 1-minute warning, or if you guys want to know the current G1 Climax standings, up to you.
If you want to, sure, knock them out real quick.
So where is it? I had it a second ago, and then I looked something else up and lost it. Where is it? Crap. Oh, here it is. Okay, so let's just get who JC really cares about out of the way first. Toru Yano's at 0.
This is like golf, right? The lower the score, the better.
No, sorry, he's
fucking horseshit.
No, he's just waiting to build up that big late run.
But
his talent is being so wasted in New Japan. He needs to come to AEW. I'm just gonna say that right now. So.
You know what? Actually, part of me thinks that would actually be a ton of fun to have Toru Yano have an AEW run. Can you imagine how many people's nerves he would get on his way to winning championships?
I mean,
he would annoy everyone into a world title run. He really.
I was going to say the money's in MJF, Toru Yano promos and skits, right?
Damn it! I want to see that now. I really do.
And if it's WWE, he better dethrone Roman Reigns. That'd be fucking amazing.
The internet would collectively explode. If Toru Yano showed up like a random, can you imagine like a random SmackDown or a SmackDown?
No. He's entrant number 30 in the Royal Rumble in Puerto Rico, and then gets the match at WrestleMania.
And he just like after he wins the Rumble.
Hashtag Royal Rumble in WrestleMania. Royal Rumble in Puerto Rico, by the way.
He tosses a chair at Roman. They do the Eddie Guerrero thing with the refs, and he low blows him and rolls him up for a small package. package. The internet would explode. One of Vince's eyes would probably fall out. And Triple H would be peeing himself from laughing so hard that he booked it that way.
Anyway, go ahead with the rest of the standings. My bad.
Sorry. Anyway, Sonata's the head of his block, which is Block A. Right behind him is Kaito Kiyomiya from Noah. He's at number 5. I think his match went to a draw with someone. I can't remember who it was. Block B, Okada's at number 1. Taichi right behind him at 4. David Finlay, who's current leader of Bullet Club, he's tied with Evil. They're both at 4. Screw Evil. And Zack Sabre Jr. and Jeff Cobb, Mike, are both tied at 4 to lead their block. So, and just for us local fans, Chase Owens is sitting at 4. He defeated Hikuleo, Gabriel Kidd, but lost to Kiyomiya. So
Wow, he beat Hikuleo?
Yeah, he beat Hikuleo. Yeah, so Chase Owens, man, he's actually having a pretty good run.
Is Boss Baines over there in his corner? Wait, he didn't.
Well, no, because he's not. If he was in Bullet Club, he would be, but since he's actually not, I don't know if you guys also heard this. They named 3 guys like they're 3 musketeers of this era of New Japan Wrestling, kind of like what they did with Great Muta and the guys back in the day. I think it's but they named their 3, which is a pretty big deal to pick that they're
like New Japan themselves.
Yeah. New Japan themselves. The company itself gave them that. It's Yuta Soji, Rin Narita, and I forget who's number 3. I think it's Shota Umino, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Shota, but
that'd be good.
Yeah, but basically that's kind of like saying these 3 are going to carry New Japan to the next era.
Right.
And so far what I've seen that they're right. So it's just really cool, and like it's a big deal for them to get that nod from the company itself. And so we're gonna really see what happens with this G1. It's not always about who wins; it's always about who always also stands out. So I'm excited as we get towards the finals.
All right, and with that, we'll move into our 1-minute warning segment. Mike, do you have something this week?
Yeah, just been kind of quick.
All right, whenever you're ready, set and go.
All right, so I know we've talked a bit about Boiling Point coming August 12th from Mission Pro. This week on their On a Mission show, they picked and announced the order for a 6-person gauntlet match, which is kind of intriguing and has a lot of interesting possibilities. So Casey Blackrose is the current Mission Pro Cup champion. He won it back in October. He's defended it a few times. I don't think he's been on the last couple shows. Well, at this show, they're going to have a 6-person gauntlet. And the thing is, whoever wins it, that Mission Pro Cup basically turns into Money in the Bank. And they can then use it at any time to cash in on a title match. And there's 6 people, and it's real intriguing. You have Joey Hyder, Danny B and Charity King of the King Bees. You have Casey Blackrose, Misty Marks, and Ladybird Monroe. And so there's so many intriguing possibilities when you think of a Money in the Bank option, because obviously Joey Hyder being from Men's Revolution, or as we now call them, Lame Shenanigans, having that in that group, obviously story-wise, is a big deal, but he's also number 1. He would have to survive 5 other people. Casey is the current champ, kind of a little unfair for the booking that he has to win the match for it to then turn into that, but he's in the middle. You have both of the King Bees there, 2 and 3. So either one's going to avenge the other losing to Joey in the first part, or they're going to face each other after the first one. And then Misty's beating a bunch of people up, and then you got Ladybird as the last person. So a lot of intriguing possibilities of who could win that and have that kind of Money in the Bank available. So another great possibility. And I know we'll talk more in depth the week before the show, but that's building up to be a really good show there too. So
for that gauntlet, I already have my dice ready.
All right, nice. Tommy, do you have a 1-minute warning this week, or?
Yeah, I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. So whenever you're ready.
All right. Whenever you're ready, set and go.
Enjoy pro wrestling, people. For the love of God. This whole summer has been full of just fun wrestling. We didn't even mention the absolute Gold Star Classic. That was the FTR versus Bullet Club Gold match on Collision
That's
last
2 out of
week.
3.
With best
Yeah.
2 out of 3 falls, which people have recalled one of the best tag team matches, and actually it's the longest tag team match on American TV history I've heard so far, at 58 minutes I think or something like that. But for the love of God, people, there's so much good stuff happening right now in America, in Mexico, in Canada, in Japan, just all over Europe. For the love of God, can you guys just have fun? This is supposed to be fun. We're having fun. It's fun. Okay, I'm good.
All right. Let me just quickly share this because this actually just got updated or just released. The poster for SummerSlam, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. First time I've seen
SummerSlam Tokyo Drift.
I mean, yeah, Detroit, right? So.
Well, it is all about family. Boom, boom.
Nice.
Dominic Toretto would never sanction that match because it's family fighting family.
They
Yeah.
literally fought each other at the beginning of, I don't remember which one now. They all kind of blend
I
together.
think
in
it
my
was
head.
6,
But
right?
he was
yeah.
the bad guy
So-
for a while, and then he
Yeah.
was being
I
blackmailed.
can't remember what that is either. I know they blend together. But all I know is I still watch them.
I
They're
just
so
love
good.
like the just the basic idea of like this all started with stealing what was it, like VCR DVD combo TVs out of the back of a truck, and now
Yeah.
they're saving
Yeah.
the world in space and all kinds of crap. So
Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah, I did notice that too, Jason. And notice also no Seth Rollins on this poster. What the hell? So
That's a BS,
yeah, that's some
and
BS.
Charlotte's on there, of course.
of course.
Oh yeah, damn it.
And Seth and Finn should be on there because I think they're getting lost in the shuffle with everything else going on with SummerSlam. But that story is compelling as hell,
Yeah.
man. That sit down they had. This is what I've been. This is why I said what I said earlier. This is some of the most fun I've had watching WWE probably in years. Still waiting for closing season.
Yeah,
Ooh,
be good.
I'm down for either one of those.
I have a little bit of a hot take real quick.
All right.
Cody and Charlotte spend a lot of time saying they don't want to mention their dads and do so much in their matches like their dads. I'm just going to throw that out
So what
there.
you're saying is a mixed tag team called Daddy Issues.
It wouldn't be the worst tag team name nor tag team I've ever seen.
And it's
So, yeah,
Cody
why
and
not?
Charlotte, so you know they're putting them over everybody. So
Yeah. So
See, this is where in a dream world where I could book anything, I would book those two against MJF and Jade Cargill.
yeah.
By the way, I haven't stopped thinking about that since the panel. So
I don't doubt it. I
All
look,
right.
real quick, local wrestlers, beware. Again, he survived MJF. Nothing's phasing him now. He is coming
No.
for blood.
I mean, after I got called ugly in the first 30 seconds of the damn thing
And you
starting,
took
I
it
was
and
like,
rolled
okay,
with it. Yeah.
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 What the?
Does that phase you or no? I'm just saying. I had it ripped. It was. It's a callback.
I hate this show.
Love
I
it too.
hate that I still show up every week. And I hate that I have like very few other friends that I actually talk to on a regular basis, so I can't say I'm doing something else.
There's also this one too because it's so true.
We're not even talking about that.
I know.
It
I'm just saying.
occurred to me to use.
I had
Hey,
it prepped. It was.
I
there,
literally
so-
got to use that in the Izzy interview, so it's the
That's
perfect.
true.
It's the
That's
perfect
true.
hashtag. So
Very true. All right. For me, for my 1 minute warning this week, I not a whole lot wrestling related. Obviously, we had my daughter and my son on the show talking about the experience of winning a World Series champion softball, but not everybody knows the full story about what it was for this family, how important this last year and a half has been. Because for those that don't know, when COVID hit, my daughter had been playing t-ball, and COVID hit. I'm high risk. She couldn't play because of me, and I felt bad about that too. For sure. But she was away from the game for a bit. Fall of 2021. We were ready to put her back in. She joined a team, and one that's just started from the ground up. And I've said that you could make a reality show about the stuff that goes on in youth sports, especially around the baseball softball world. And a team that she busted her ass for, improved on, at the end of a fall season, decided to cut her. Didn't think she was good enough. Didn't think she was worth their time. Didn't think that she could play this game. Didn't think she deserved to be on the field. So to that coach and that team mom, who, by the way, did this over the phone, didn't have the guts to tell a kid to their face, what do you have to say now? What do you have to say about my kid now? You know, she was showing you the improvement, and all you did was light up. I mean, I asked her flat out, do you still want to play after this happened? She says, I want to show them that they're wrong. Like, how out of you did it.
That's champion mentality right there, baby.
Drop that mic, man.
There were a lot of girls on this team. Nobody wanted them. Nobody. Didn't believe in them. And I told them this. My daughter was one of them. Well, what do you have to say now? Because she's a champion.
Yep.
And you missed out on that. Don't sit there and take credit like you're the reason she is. She busted her ass all on her own. Got some help from me, family, friends, other coaches, other teams that she was on. Her cousin Roxy, who was an amazing softball player in her own right, first D1 softball player out of Laredo, and assistant coach now at the college level. Thank you, Roxy, again for coming to a couple practices and helping these girls give us some words of inspiration. But I'm so proud of my kid because, to that coach team. Yeah, thanks, Jason. Appreciate that. Yeah, she busted her ass. And
Hell yeah.
what do you have to say now? So, your team never won a World Series. She has all these group of girls nobody wanted. They won a World Series, and I'm so proud of all of them. But especially my own kid who loves it, loves the game, loves to play, and she didn't let some coach who didn't believe in her stop her. So thank you everyone for your support.
Just said it best.
Yeah, that works out well, right? So yeah,
That's good.
Or Jason
Yeah,
with the
so-
Goodwill Hunting. How about them apples?
right.
You should. If you ever see them again, you're like, so what do you think about my daughter being a world champion? Well, it doesn't matter what you think.
I don't need to say much. My kid did her talking on the field, and
Hey man, that's how you do it, man.
yeah.
For
So,
real.
and all those girls did. All those girls did. It was amazing to see. It was
Well, I mean,
awesome.
and I remember when we talked about this one. I know this is going kind of going up, but like to me, it's like it's a kid's sport. Let the kids, good or bad, they have a passion to play. Let them play. I mean, if they win a world championship, fantastic. If she doesn't, she still wants to play the game. Let them play the game. You never know what that can turn into.
Especially at this age.
Especially,
It's not
yeah,
like they're
exactly.
middle
Don't
school
you?
or high school.
I never believe in killing a kid's dream to do anything. They want to be an astronaut, let them get some space books. They want to say, I want to drive race cars. Let them take them to a couple of racetracks and let them watch and let them meet some drivers or something. But don't tell a kid like, oh, you're not getting it. They're kids, man. Let them have fun. But you know what Terry just said it best. Just put the points on the scoreboard. You know what?
Yeah.
I can't be on this team. Screw it. I'll just go put points on the board on another team.
Also,
And that's what's up.
And Jason as a coach and me and your wife as a teacher, you never want to be the person who that successful person in their story looks back and says, that person never believed in me. And that's the reason I kept grinding. Like, you never want to be that person.
No, I was the head coach of her former team, Lady Flying Chuckletas, and all those girls. I love them. It was so hard to leave, but we had to make it for a reason. They wanted to go to a different league, and I didn't want to leave where we were. Like, Audie set a goal for herself last year. She wanted to get to that World Series. Like, we went to visit family, watched some of her friends playing it, some of her cousin playing it. She wanted to get there. By God, she lived it this year. She won the whole goddamn thing. So it was amazing to see that. And all those girls that I coach with the Chucklitas, a lot of them had never played before. And I think the most heartbreaking thing for me as a coach is that if any kid ever hated the game, and I was the reason why.
Oh yeah,
And I love baseball. I love softball. I love other sports too, but those are the ones I played first. And even when your playing days are done, and this goes for anybody out there, if you truly love something, and this relates to pro wrestling too, if you truly love something, the best thing you can do is to pass that love and passion on for it. Chris Marvel, prime example, loves pro wrestling, loves so much of it. And wants to pass that on, and he's done that through the hybrid school of wrestling. All the trainers that are a part of that do that. I love baseball. I love softball, and I've wanted, I took it, when I'm coaching, I'm trying to pass that passion, that love for the game on, as well as the fundamentals on how to play the game and everything that I know about it to these girls. When I help my son's teams, to them as well. That's what it's really all about, because the only way a game truly survives is if the love for it is passed on. So, and that's what I took from it, and I'm proud of every girl I've ever coached. I'm proud of every girl I coached at the Chunklitas. I'm proud of every girl that I was part of assistant coach with the Sharks. And there are a lot of people that wrote us off, even with the Sharks, thinking they're not going to do anything. They're not going to win. You get eliminated in a few tournaments here and there.
Look at me now.
Yeah.
I'm getting paper. Look at me
All
now.
that
Oh,
pays
you
off
got,
in
you
the
got
end. Like,
Parker there, Tommy.
A little bit.
so
I like Terry's
it's part of the
comments, by
grind.
way.
It's you just have to believe that this can happen. And there's a lot of people out there that did not believe in any of these girls, but we always did. All of us did. The parents, the coaches, we all believed in them. And a lot of compliments from the teams that we played against in Laredo. One from Aledo just during the game was like, man, you got a great group of girls. Like, defense was stellar. It was amazing. Hitting was on point. Like I mentioned, our family in Laredo just loved to see her play and just loved to see the team play. It was amazing. So
Well, I mean, like you said, taking back to pro wrestling. Oh, real quick, speaking of Marvel, I don't know if you guys saw Chase Owens does that back suplex into the turnbuckle into another back suplex turn.
The Marvel
They actually
special.
called it the Marvel special in New Japan commentary. So yeah. Well, and I was gonna say, JC, I mean, you really can't play as the pro wrestling. I mean, look at, for example, look at Dustin Rhodes' career. I mean, he probably thought he'd never get an arena cheering for him ever again. He goes to AEW, and it's like the dude gets cheered out of the building to the point where he was challenging for titles, it was like people believed for a second he was going to do it.
And not
And
only.
go ahead. I'm sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
Finish up. No, you're talking. I'm sorry.
I was going to say it's just a matter of like saying, are some things for some people? Maybe not, but if you believe that you can do it and you're willing to work at it, go for it. Go for it.
What I was going to say with Dustin Rhodes is also, what is he also doing now? He's teaching.
Yeah.
He's got the Rhodes Academy, which is being real successful. And going back to Marvel, I love the fact that, like, when we were at the Superhero Comic-Con, when we talked to both Josh Woods and Zicky Dice, both times, because we talked to them at different times, throwing out their hybrid, just like, hey, maybe they can get them in for to help out, do a little coaching, those little seminars. Both of them already knew about hybrid. And in fact, Josh Woods has said, oh yeah, I've been there a couple times, done stuff with them. So, like you talked about Marvel and his teaching and giving back, like it's becoming known all around the U.S. how good hybrid is. You have people like Izzy coming in to train from out of state, basically. Not to give too much of a personal conversation away, but her parents were very impressed with Marvel and the students when they were at a show. And that just reflects on that. So, being positive and giving back in all the different ways that you can do that. I mean, why not?
Be a positive. And I've said this a million times. Be a positive influence for kids. Life is going to be hard enough, man. Let them enjoy their childhood, and if they believe they can be a world champion in kids softball right now, and they're willing to work at it, who am I to say that they can't do it?
Yeah.
Thunder's been
thank you. Yeah.
Thank
you again to Coach Santana for. When we left Chuckley's, we didn't have a team. We were doing tryouts. He was interested, and the spot opened up. Called, gave her the tryout, gave her a look, and loved it, and brought me onto the coaching staff when a spot opened up because just saw what I can contribute, and all of us worked together. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
We all bonded so much during that week, and it was such a blast, and we had a good time. So, yeah,
sweet.
And this has been the Countdown City Inspiration Cast.
Yeah, man.
We are here to spread positive vibes and goodwill through the world.
Just believe. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, that was like the best. That's like the best way we could end the show, considering how we started. Was again one of the best starts to the show we've literally ever had.
Yeah,
that was some good booking, and you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Yes, there it is, right there.
Yeah.
So she's always going to have that, and I'm so proud of her.
And like I said, she's way more humble than me, dude. There would be no scenario as a kid I would take that off. My mom would have to threaten me to get that thing off of my neck.
No, we're working on getting a little something to display. Everything is like from regionals and this medals and rings and all this stuff. It's, she's not. I mean, all these some of these parents out there is like, well, you haven't won this tournament, that tournament. They won the tournament that mattered. That's all I give a shit about.
They won the tournament.
Every other tournament they did prepped them for this.
I love how people move the goalpost when someone does better than them. Well, you didn't do this. Yeah, okay, whatever. Nice try, hater.
They didn't win some, little tournament here on the side or whatever. Okay, great.
Get that hater
they won the one that mattered. So that's what I'm proud of the most. So.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us this week on the Countdown City WrestleCast.
Slash inspirational class, slash softball cast.
Yes. Next week, we will preview the NXT Great American Bash.
That's in Austin, right?
Cedar Park. Yeah. Don't know if any of us are attending. I know I'm not being able to.
No, I don't think we are, but I know some of the people we know are planning.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've heard some people already mentioned trying to go, so.
We're going to be discussing that. NXT is getting the Sunday event spot for that, which is kind of good. Otherwise, it's competing with Collision. So they're going to have a Great American Bash, the fun week. I believe we'll be talking about SummerSlam finally hitting as well. The week after that, we'll be talking about Mission Pro Wrestling's next event, August 12th. So that is what is on the horizon. So we'll take a look at Great American Bash next week and make our predictions. Be sure to join us. Make your predictions along with us. If you're going to be attending the show, definitely let us know what you're excited about. And, when we recap it the following week, let us know what it was like there, what the atmosphere was, and all that stuff. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. Once again, if you're going to hybrid, please contribute to the school supply drive. Very important. It goes to a good cause.
Also, make sure to stay hydrated.
Yeah, definitely stay hydrated.
It's hot in there. It was hot last time. Terry knows.
So be sure to check our website out at countdowncitygeeks.com as well. So over here. What do you say? I missed it. So
Guess the last one. Sorry.
There's the Kids Live Dreams. Yes. Yeah. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody for their support on this wild ride. And yes, if anybody out there wants to make a reality show on youth sports, San Antonio is a hotbed for that, especially around the baseball softball.
At this point, let's just do it ourselves and just put it out there as like a web show anyway.
Talk to some of the geeks. They know how to do the camera.
So, over here we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
We got Mike.
Thanks, guys. Be good to each other.
And I'm JC. And as always, heels and baby faces, remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are fake.
Reach for the sky, boy.
See you next week.
Adios, Gunther.